Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to attempt to document all of the cave systems. Now, the more complex cave systems that I get into at the end can be really confusing. So if you're watching this all the way straight through, it might be a bit much. However, this video can be used as a reference. You'll be able to skip to that part, as well as look for some of these specific cave systems on other servers for their advantages. Before we even start with the cave systems, I'm going to go over the 4 potential buildable area types. First off is the square. Pretty self-explanatory. Definitely the worst spot to put a base. Next we have a single, which is your typical cave base. Next we have the God Cave, by far the strongest possible building area. A deep inlet into the wall and tall ceiling. This is the strongest cave build. Lastly, we have the ceiling cave build. Really don't like this one. However, there's one system that it works pretty well with. And I guess the safest spot for your loot is back here. So I found 3 separate seeds with 9 caves on each. And I still only found 8 different types of cave systems. If I missed one on this video, you guys can tell me in the comments. Starting off with the single cave. This thing has 1 bucket. That's the bucket entrance, and come around here, traverse across, and you'll come to your single cave. Not much special about this one, which is why it's ranked red. I would pretty much just make this a suicide bunker. And as you can see, the power does not reach to the top. I'm not going to show you too many building examples, but you're definitely going to want to have a turret covering the bucket drop down. Once again, with no direct power, you'll have to charge your batteries above ground and come swap them out. And then your loot can be stored on this side behind 3 to 4 honeycomb walls. My absolute favorite, the horseshoe cave, because it can have direct power straight from the top. This thing has no buckets as you come down here. It does have a spike trap though. One easy way to get around is just sprinting, hugging the wall, or you can jump. And if you do that, you can grab your stuff down, just follow the passageway. Just a quick tip for making this jump every time. On the last one, jump towards the right at the wall and you won't miss it. So coming down, you'll have 2 caves. The one on the left is not going to have power capabilities, but the one on the right is going to reach. When you come in, you should try to place a branch up in this exact corner all the way into the top backside of the rock. On this seed, I got really lucky with the terrain. It goes all the way down on the side that you need it to, so there's tons of room for power on this one. I would make sure to put it inside of a wall, not exposed. And it'll reach all the way down to this top corner. From there, you can even pass through it to the other cave. Next, we have a double bucket, meaning they each have a bucket, not shared. Single over here on the right with a bucket. And turret will not really cover this bucket either, so it's even that much worse. The further down cave will always bucket up to the left when you're coming into the bucket room. And the closer cave on the right will always be to the right bucket when you're facing the buckets. If you want to make this jump up to the buckets a little easier, make sure to aim all the way to the right, just at the tip of the rock, and you'll make it every time. Next, we have the opposite cave. I call it opposite because the mouths of the cave are literally on opposite sides. This one's actually pretty good. Reason being, there is a God cave that shares a bucket with a single cave. We come down here to the first fork in the cave. This left side takes you to a single cave that shares a bucket with the God cave. So if you follow this path around, you'll see the bucket there. And then here's the back of the God cave. So those things are connected. If we go right instead, you'll come around to the front of the God cave after navigating through the parkour. and we're at the front. So I would seal that side off and just use the bucket. Side note, there is another buildable area if you follow this cave inside the parkour area. However, it's just a square, so it's pretty trash. It also has its own dedicated bucket. But yeah, who's gonna use that? This cave formation also has a god cave shared with a single. So you come down the main entrance here. Coming down to the first fork, going to the left will just connect you around to the other area. Don't worry about that for now. You're gonna go straight. This will take you to a drop down area. There's a way to take minimal damage, just go slowly. Jump across. Going right here is just the connection. You're gonna take a left and you're gonna come straight to the god cave. So down this passageway to the left is the front of the god cave. That backside connects around and joins with another bucket. Come around here, go straight, and you'll come right into a single cave. This is the one that shares with the god cave as well. If we take a right, traverse through here, this ceiling cave has its own dedicated bucket. If you are going to use this thing, once again, you're going to need to seal off the top. If you are claiming this single and god cave with shared bucket, you're going to have to be careful with privilege because they do overlap. So just be careful when you're doing your TCs and building that you can have a TC in both of them. I would seal off both entrances like this and just use the bucket as a suicide, but you can have two caves now. Now this bucket that you'll be using is the one on the left when you're facing the main entrance. This bucket on the right just comes from the ceiling cave. Next we have mining cave. There's a god, single, and a ceiling cave in this one that share a bucket. However, the backside is accessible, which is why it's ranked yellow. Anyways, you don't want to enter through here. It's literally just going to take you to two rooms, one of which is a square build and one of which is a bucket. Come down the square build area. Those two connect. Here's the square. You're not really going to want to build down here. These also connect to the parkour cave, as you can see. So I wouldn't even worry about those. Back at the top, this is also just going to be a bucket. The entrance you want to take is here. Follow this down, you'll come to a pathway that splits into three. On the left is a drop down, which will take you to the parkour cave, which will take you to the square cave bases. Now going straight, this will take you down a pretty long path, but it goes straight to the front of the god cave. So the god cave's down here to the left, and in front of me is a ceiling cave. To the right, we have a single cave. All three of these share the same bucket. Showing you the ceiling cave, you could make an exit out the top on this one and then seal the front off. And it's probably the only ceiling cave that's workable because they can't easily get up to the top here unless they boost. I'll show you guys why this isn't really that reliable. So the god cave is here. If they wanted to get around, they could just follow this pathway, boost, and then come through the back and be at your back door. If you remember, there were three pathways. We went straight. The one to the right back here, you really don't have to worry about either. Just takes you to a square and another bucket just for the square. That square bucket will bring you to this exit. The good cave bucket, the one with the god cave, will bring you up through the mining zone. Next, we have the four mouth cave. It actually has four cave mouths and one hole straight in the top. You really only need to worry about one entrance, so don't do the drop down. Both entrances with wood paneling you don't need to start going through. Just take the main rocky entrance again. Come down here, you'll pass the area where the hole is in the ground. Continue through. This will take you to the first fork. Going right just takes you around to a parkour room with yet more square cave-based builds. So you parkour all the way up through here, and then you'll see 2 of these square builds. This area, if you drop down, connects to a single cave as well. Not as good as if you go left here. So let's go left. Come around to a spike trap. Left again, we have a god cave. Going straight, yet another square build. To the right, we have another square build, which connects onto that single cave that we saw earlier. But let's go left, and yeah, we're into the god cave here. I wouldn't recommend this god cave area, but hey, if it's the last one available, you gotta take it. And finally, we have the staircase cave formation, or you might know it as sewer. So there's gonna be 4 places you can enter in the staircase area. So come down to the one on the door. Don't even worry about these rooms. Keep going straight. You'll come all the way around to a square base area. And that's pretty much it. Now going down the number 2 door. This tunnel is actually going to come around and connect. It connects up over here. Take a left though, and you come across a spike trap. This side, you have another square build. That tunnel just connects around. And then here's your god cave. That's in 2. Now coming down to the broken grate, there's actually a couple caves in here. You'll come to a parkour room. This first pathway is going to take you to a single cave. This hole in the single cave actually just connects around back to the parkour cave. When you go left, you're going to come upon yet another square cave base, which leads into a single, so you could have turrets up there on the square. Come around here, and it'll take you to a bucket. This is the only bucket in this cave system, so it comes out on top. And lastly, the bottom, door number 3. This one is so terrible, it's literally all square cave-based builds. But just know you're not going to get anything good down here. And that's all 8 of the unique cave systems that I could find. I wasn't able to get the fire arrow working, where you can drop down on it like you used to. Incendiary shotgun shells either. The snowmobile still works. All you have to do is get it to fall down, and it's so slow you can go on top of it. One tip about looting your body if you are making a suicide cave: make sure you fully loot the body before you send the bucket up for your friend. Otherwise, you may lose all the items. It's happened to me before. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you were able to follow it somewhat. Any cave system that at least had a god cave spot was ranked at least yellow tier. The direct electricity is huge, making the horseshoe cave number 1, followed by the opposite and shared cave systems, which have god caves with shared buckets. And you guys saw the rest. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you soon.